Well, hello, and welcome to SoCal Prep Report. My name is Randy Rosenblum. SB Live's senior reporter, Tarek Fatal, once again will be my co-host. Bittersweet tonight. It's our final show of the year. We will come back next January, which is right around the corner. But we have a jam-packed great show for you. We're going to talk about all the football state champions, and we're going to also show you some highlights of some of the great events from the calendar 2023 season. Our guest, Coach Andy George of Serna, and Owen Long, one of his star players, great running back, linebacker on his way to Idaho. Tark, good to see you. It's our final show of the year.
You know, one more high school football season under the belt. I'm a little excited it's over, and you know why.
Basketball is here.
You know it's basketball season.
He's
But
a
we got to put a pretty bow over, on the football season, and we're going to do that tonight.
Pretty bow, that's modern day. The Monarchs, state champions in the highest division, dominating Sarah from up north. They won the game big. Modern day, 35-0 over Sarah. No question, great defensive unit at Modern Day.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk up in the press box that Modern Day might have the best defense. Like 10 years from now, we might look back at this Modern Day 35-0 win and look at this season. Now, they had the blemish, right, if you want to call it that, a 28-0 loss to St. John Bosco. But defensively, people are thinking there might be like 5 or 6 pros on that team. So it could be one of those greatest high school defenses of all time. We'll have to wait and see.
Elijah Brown, the quarterback, 300 yards, throwing the ball, 4 touchdowns, finishes his career 42-2.
There they are.
There they are, the champions. They led in this game 21-0 at halftime despite 10 penalties. They did have 16 penalties in the game, but it didn't matter. Now let's go to Mission Viejo. They also win a state championship in 1AA, 27-14 over De La Salle, which has been the program over the history of prep sports. That has certainly changed. Mission Viejo is the dominant team.
Yeah, the Diablos were a team to beat in Division II, and they went on and did that pretty well. Chad Johnson, the coach, had a great year, and that's a team that basically had a loss to San Clemente that put them in Division II. Had they won that game, they'd be in Division I, and they probably don't win a state championship.
Yeah, it's the second state title in the school's history. They won one in 2015. Philip Bell had a couple touchdowns receiving. For De La Salle, that's their 6th straight loss in a state final. So that's going to take us to Serna. And, of course, we're going to talk to the guys from Serna. They got by Grant 21-19. Grant was the heavy favorite. Grant of Sacramento coming in. Everybody thought they'd win this football game.
Yeah, that was the narrative coming into the week. Certainly everything. Okay, here comes Grant and this big, talented team with wide receivers, got like 18 D1 offers, 6'5", like Megatron-looking dude coming in, and the quarterback had 40-plus touchdowns. Like, man, Serna, what a great year they've had. They're not going to be able to pull it out. Well, as Andy George said before the show, that's why you play the game. So can't wait to hear about what they have to say about that great game.
Yeah, C.J. Cerrone throws for a touchdown, runs for 1 score as well. They stopped a 2-point conversion, held on for the 21-19 win. So Grant had a chance to tie it late.
Yeah, I mean, and I think if you look at Serna's kind of body of work, they played tough games. They challenged themselves. They put a tough schedule together. They showed skill. They showed grit. They showed good I mean, all facets of the game were showed. This body of work that they put together throughout the year is really, really impressive, and now they're state champions.
And now we have Owen Long on, who's just a great football player at the prep level. Congratulations, Owen, on the state championship. And you caught a touchdown, and I know we've talked about it before you went on. That was the #1 play on ESPN Sports Center. What was like that moment for you to come home after the championship, look on the big screen at ESPN, and your play was #1?
Yeah, no, thank you for having me on. But, I think that was a surreal moment for sure. Just, realizing, I think we're still stuck on the high after the win. But, sitting on the couch and watching some Sports Center late at night, it's a good feeling. And then to see myself up there was pretty damn cool. So it was a good experience. Like I said, it's pretty awesome. I don't think that'll ever happen again. So
see, I sit on the couch, but there's no highlights at all. I just sit on the couch and watch television. That's where my life is right now. Coach George is with us, Andy George. Coach coming in, everyone said Grant was better than.
I'm just watching the highlights here.
I know. Coach, why'd you win the game?
Why did we win the game? Just because we play the game right. We play the game with heart. You know, we have a great group of seniors that led this team all year long. Awesome coaching staff, and we came into the game just sticking to the game plan, doing what we did all year long. You know, we weren't going to deviate from who we are, and you know, our game plan was to run the ball. Run the ball to win, and throw the ball when we had to, and play smothering, physical, fast defense, and that's what we did. And we made plays when we had to. You saw my man right here, Owen making plays, and CJ making plays. All the guys on defense, Adrian Castro, Jay Northrup, all these guys were they showed up to ball out. And that's what we did.
Owen, at what point during the year did it click? This season could be special. Was it a loss? Was it a win over a pivotal team or opponent? At what point did you look at yourself and go, okay, wait a minute, we might have what it takes?
Yeah, I mean, I think as a team, we always believed in ourselves and knew this could be something that we could attain. But, I mean, definitely I would say the point in the season where I think we all felt a switch was kind of heading from our non-league into league, and just kind of realizing that if this was going to be something that we wanted, the winning streak was going to start then. And I mean, it did. We won. I mean, shoot, I think it was 10 or 11 straight heading into league play. And you know, looking back now, I mean, I think that was a pivotal point for us for sure. And like I said, I mean, it's special to do it with this group of guys, but definitely where we came from and where we were at the end of the year was something that was fun to watch and fun to grow with.
Coach, my question for you is more so off the field. Obviously, you got a state championship. I mean, you got the trophy to prove you had a special year. But what are you most proud of when you think about this team?
Just the growth of these young men and how they approach this game, and honestly, how they conduct themselves off the field as well. You know, this is a group of young men that are fueled by courage, character, and commitment. And it was just an honor to lead this team and to be a part of such a great coaching staff. But, you know, just seeing these young men grow and seeing them have such an incredible experience and spending so much time with them, it was fun, you know, every single day. And I love these kids, you know, like my own, and they know that. And it was just such a fun, memorable experience that will live on forever as we've etched our name in the history books.
Last question for both of you. What's it like to have your dream come true? We'll start with the coach.
You know, it just means everything. You know, we put in so much time. We sacrifice so much. Our coaches sacrifice so much time away from our own families, and just to get to the top, you know, and reach your goal. It's an incredible feeling. It goes beyond words. But you know, I just to these days, these past week, just spending time with our players and seeing the joy in their faces and the love in their hearts. It's incredible. So it just means everything to us as a coaching staff and as a sort of family as a whole.
And for you, Owen?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is so special. Just because this wasn't something that was just built this year, but rather something we've worked on these past 4 years. And, you know, I can speak for this senior class when I say that this is something we've talked about for a long time. And to see that, you know, see us attain that goal. And, you know, I know Coach touched on it, but having that bond and, you know, these past few weeks, just being able to see each other around campus and just, you know, realize we did this and we completed the job. And it's a pretty damn good feeling to have for sure. So.
Well, good luck in baseball. Good luck when you go to the University of Idaho. Gentlemen, tremendous year. Congratulations on a CIF crown, a regional crown, and now a state championship. Enjoy, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Tark, the smiles tell it all.
Yeah, it's a great season. I mean, listen, it's so difficult to end the year on a victory. And you know, in basketball, for example, you can get to a certain level and lose and still qualify for the state tournament. In football, there's none of that. You got to keep winning. And so for them to put that together and have the year they did was remarkable. And last ad, the whipped cream on top was thinking everyone thought they couldn't do it.
And they did.
And that is fantastic.
Birmingham wins every game, 42 straight against the city competition. They do win a regional bowl. Unfortunately, they didn't win a state game. They wanted to do that so desperately. But Acalanes, give them credit, 35-23. Yep. Trevor Rogers scores a couple touchdowns and 149 yards receiving. Really good receiver for Acalanes. It was 21-2 Acalanes in the second half. Birmingham just didn't have enough steam left.
Yeah, the Patriots came out. It was a hot start early, and they had a really good game. Acalanes was just a little better, and it was really like it's a 2-score game on the scoreboard, but it was like a couple possessions,
Sure.
And then the game changed. So really, really close game, and I just think I talked with Jim Rose, and I penned a column on Monday following the Saturday game, and what we're seeing out of Birmingham is now, Randy, after 4 straight city championships, making the state game is kind of like the standard now. Everyone expects them to win the city, get to the regional, and then get to the state. And so that's a nice, healthy standard to have. I expect the Patriots to be in a state final game, potentially again next year. A lot of returners. So I don't anticipate. It would not be far-fetched to see Birmingham in another state final.
And again, they've won 42 straight against city competition. Their next city game, they open their league against Chatsworth. They're going to try to break the all-time record that ties the record in the city section of L.A. Wilson back in the 70s. But they had a great year, didn't quite get it done in the state final. Folsom over St. Bonaventure. This was a tight game, 20-14. St. Bonaventure, the Seraphs had a magnificent year. They just couldn't quite pull it off.
So Folsom was pretty much winning the game. I mean, it was a great defense by St. Bonaventure. First of all, Folsom, if you know, historically, they just athletes. They know 5 state championships. They know how to score points. Like, they're just super talented. Ryder Lyons ends up driving down the field, and this is the game-winning touchdown with 20 seconds to go. St. Bonaventure really just hung in there tough and was just came up too short, but Folsom gets the job done.
Yeah, James Powell caught that touchdown to win the ball game. All right, Ramona over Pleasant Valley of Chico. This one wasn't close. It was 35-7. Ramona, the Rams forced 4 turnovers.
Yeah, you know, and again, listen, anytime you think about a state championship in football, it takes a winning streak. You can't, again, I'll repeat myself just to reiterate, you can't lose in the state in a section final, but you qualify, and then, you lose again, but you're still alive. No. In football, there's only so many weeks, and you have to continue to win. So to end up with a state championship is pretty special.
Yeah, and Peter Mesa had the game. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, and he got a pick 6 for a touchdown on defense. So that's about as good as it gets. All right, here we have Woodland Christian finishing up undefeated. The team from up north over the Banning Pilots out of the Marine League in the city. 23-13 competitive game. Pilots actually scored the first touchdown of the ball game. Then the Cardinals went on to score 23 straight to break it open.
I will give you a stat when it comes to the city section. They are now 0-12. Mm-hmm. No, excuse me, 0-11 since 2018 in CIF state finals. That's about it. That's all I got. It's like, you know, they're just having a hard time. And this year was their best chance.
Right, they had 3 teams.
3 teams in the state finals. That's the most the section's ever had in one year. They went 0-3 because Fairfax lost 2. Have we? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm spoiling.
You ruined the whole show. You gave away.
Is that next?
Normally you buried the lead. Here you led with the lead or something like that. I don't know. Marin Catholic over Mayfair. Another game that was dominant.
This was actually a surprising result. A lot of people thought Mayfair was going to win this game, that they might have had more. They might have had more speed, but Marin Catholic, you know, good for them. Stout defense, and that's what held up, and they were able to score points. So, yeah.
They had a big first half and broke it open. The Wildcats easily win.
There you go.
All right, game 9 on our docket is Ferndale over Fairfax.
Man,
there's the other city game. This is 21-0 Fairfax at 1 point.
I mean, talk about everything going right. Big plays, throwing the ball downfield. I mean, everyone's like, oh my gosh, Fairfax is going to win a state championship. And we just saw Ferndale stick to their game plan, and they just kept running the ball, wearing Fairfax down. They scored 29 straight unanswered points. I got to say one thing. I talked to the Ferndale coach after the game. Coach, how many kids are in your school? 130 kids in the whole school. Yep. Beat Fairfax, 1,800 kids.
They also
Quite the accomplishment.
Their quarterback, Tanner Pigeon, ran the ball
That's right.
really well. Great name, Pigeon. He flew across the field, literally. He rushes for 162 yards and 2 scores. Congratulations to Ferndale coming back to knock off Fairfax. Bell Gardens, tough night at the office. 42-7. Strathmore got him. Spartans, Gerardo Ruiz rushes for 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, listen, you just, clearly Ruiz had a big night. Nothing to hang your head about getting to a state final, but you come up short. And you tip your cap to the guy that had a great night.
You know what Ruiz said going in? Oh. I'm going to run my heart out.
Oh.
And he ran his heart out. That was his quote. What a performance. 5 touchdowns. Last game on the state that we're going to talk about, SoCal, the Knights over Harupa Hills, 28-7. Harupa Hills started the season 1-4, so even though they lose here, they come back to have a terrific season.
Yeah, this is one of those teams, again, just depending on your take on the system, Harupa Hills actually entered the postseason below 500. I think they were 4-6 and ended up winning a section title.
This is a year in review and some of the great moments. We've been looking forward to this. We're near the end of the year, right? Okay. Basketball. Let's start with Corona Centennial winning the CIF state title. Is going to have a steal here and a dunk against a very good St. John Bosco team, and it was a special moment.
Maybe one of the most dramatic finishes you're going to get in high school sports. As the end of the game, look at that, 8 seconds, 5 seconds, 4, and Aaron McBride gets the steal. He's at LMU now as a freshman, and he dunks the ball as the time expires to win. What an outstanding performance.
And Elsie Harrington, who threw the pass, it was a good idea. He was trying to make a play and win the game for the Braves, but you got to give McBride all the credit in the world. He was the heart and soul. They had other great players on Corona
Centennial. The motor
Centennial,
of the team,
but he really was the guy. He was really the guy. Speaking of a guy, this lady was incredible and still is. Juju Watkins, Sierra Canyon, her accomplishments there. She's averaging 27 as a freshman now at USC. Juju is just sensational.
Yeah, I think she already broke the freshman record for most 30 points, most 30-point games in a freshman season, which I believe was only 4. It was 3, and now she's got 4. I want to say she has more than that now, actually. But I remember watching her debut. This is actually it. I think they played Ohio State.
It is.
And she was tremendous. She got in a little bit of foul trouble, but what was actually more impressive is she was able to stay out of foul trouble and come back and finish the game and lead the Trojans to victory. So we're talking Cheryl Miller, Lisa Leslie, and Juju Watkins is going to be right here. This is actually a video. Thank you to our producer for showing it, because this is really important. This is at the Hoop Hall Classic her senior year. Look at all the young boys and people around Juju Watkins trying to get her autograph. We just don't see that a lot, and it just goes to show you the superstardom that surrounds her. She will be the face of the WNBA in 3 years.
You just pointed out that I made a huge mistake. I never got her autograph, and I interviewed her a couple times.
My gosh.
I blew a golden opportunity.
I'm sure you'll get another chance.
Who knows? How about Etowanda? They had a great year. Stan DeLuce, one of our favorite guys, the coach. Here's how they win the state championship. Jada comes to the rescue, a rebound basket, much like McBride's ball that he put down, the dunk. They get the dunk. No, it's not quite a dunk. It's more of a putback.
Jada Sanders' only rebound of the night.
State championship.
Game winner. I mean, again, these are, we're going through the best moments of the year. They're all pretty much dramatic. And, gosh, the Aaron McBride play and that play, in their own right, they're probably about equal,
they're
right?
Similar.
Yeah, game winners and everything on the line. I guess maybe the state championship maybe a little more weight because the other one was a section championship.
But you know how these schools are. Sometimes they believe the section title is more important than the state.
Agreed. But this is an NBA arena,
It
a little
is, it
different.
is. Oh, yeah.
But, hey, very, very nice plays. Jada Sanders, 1 rebound, game winner.
Yeah, that was great. It was buzzer beater for Stan DeLuce. He had a great player as well, and Kennedy Smith, who's back this season as well. Harvard Westlake on the boys' side wins the state title for head coach Dave Rabibo. There's the headline.
My old employer. Look at that byline, baby. By Tarek Patel. No, David Rabibo, one of the best. Young coach. Could really, if he wanted to, probably start, positioning himself to be a college coach. He might have to be an assistant somewhere, but that's it. He's won the Open Division State Championship. You've won everything you possibly can at the high school level, and he's going to continue to do it. They're in the running again to win it again this year, so we'll see. But a great season for the Wolverines last year.
Yeah, they beat St. Joseph in the final, and Trent Perry, his star guard, is back this year, and they're highly regarded again this season. We come back after the first. We'll be talking a lot about Harvard Westlake. Roderick Pleasant, everyone talks about, one of the great sprinters really in the history of California. Here he is. He's a 100-meter guy, 10:09 fastest time.
Correct.
In history.
Fastest California runner in history. Off the top of my head, I don't know where it stands nationally. I know it's not number 1, but it might be like 2 or 3 all time.
Right. And he's out of Sarah High School in Gardena.
Correct. And a
Great
tremendous football player.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah,
Hey, we didn't even...
Wow, it's like
we didn't do
it's
that.
like we're finally clicking
It's like we're married is what it's like. That's what the sad part. How about Birmingham? They did win a city championship. We talked about their football title, winning the city but not getting the state title. This is more of a story of perseverance for Coach Morey. His wife passed away, Amy, of cancer, and he went back to the team, and it was an emotional win. They beat Carson 3-1 at Dodger Stadium for the city title. Here's a picture with the trophy. Great moment. Birmingham is a terrific baseball team in the city, but to win it for the coach after what happened and perseverance for him to come back, great story.
Yeah, it is a great story, and Matt Morey's, over the years as you become a reporter, you start to build a relationship with these coaches, and I've been doing this almost a decade, and Morey's probably one of my favorites. I don't mind saying that just because he's always picking up the phone. He's always so nice. You kind of talk. He's just a nice guy, and it's nice to cover teams that are winning, of course. And so for him to go out and win that game at Dodger Stadium after such an emotional year was quite special.
Another special moment is El Segundo's Little League team. Louis Lappy, he's the guy. His home run, his walk-off home run against Curacao to win the Little League World Championship and bring it back to El Segundo was special.
Yeah, I think, I can't forget if he's in 7th grade or 8th grade. I think he's a 7th grader.
He's old.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to get at is I remember for like 2 weeks, my shtick was he's the most popular 7th grader in the country because everyone was watching the highlight of him hitting that walk-off home run. Great, tremendous play. Oh, here we go. Here it is. Oh, man. I mean, I think the second you heard the bat and the swing, you knew it was gone. What a tremendous moment. One swing of the bat, and you're the talk of the town.
It was great how the community of El Segundo embraced this Little League team, how Southern California embraced them. And you're right, and Curacao had gotten a grand slam home run in the inning before to catch up, wipe out a big deficit, and then Lappy hit it out to win the series. All right, let's talk about football. We'll take you through some of the great moments in football. The best football game, I thought, up until the final games, was the semifinal game with St. John Bosco and Corona Centennial. Centennial actually had a chance to win it with a 2-point conversion, 43-42, and quarterback Longstreet got stopped.
Yeah, that was a really controversial ending. Not necessarily that play, but yes, there was a 2-point conversion. They decided to go for it, right? Okay, we're going to go for the win. They didn't quite get it. Then there was a little bit of there was some time left on the clock, and Corona Centennial actually got the ball back, and then there was a controversy about if he was down or not, and yada yada yada. But nevertheless, St. John Bosco gets the win and goes to the Coliseum, and they end up losing to Mater Dei. But yes, a great finish.
On our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, we had one phenomenal finish in particular. It's a goal line stand from El Camino Real against Chatsworth. You don't see walk-off defensive plays very often, and we saw it there. Here it is. This is the pitch to try to win it. Moreau trying to get in, and he got stopped at the goal line, and the El Camino kids can't believe they stopped him from a yard, less than a yard out, and they just celebrate running off the field.
It's actually a clinical, like coaches would tell you right there is the low man usually wins. And I think the defender there was just the lower guy, had a little more leverage and was able to stop Ramo from getting into the goal line, and that stuff matters on those plays. So kudos to the, I wanted to call them the Conquistadores, but kudos to the Royals.
The Royals.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to pick on Chatsworth, but we got another Chatsworth highlight. Unfortunately, they're on the back end of this one as well. Ivan the Terrible, I called him, but he's really Ivan the Magnificent. Levant, the touchdown for Fairfax in the Division II City Championship into the corner. Joseph, the receiver, makes the grab. This is a perfect throw by Levant.
Yeah, no, that's a great play. And just, kind of giving the trust to your receiver. Hey, go get it. I think you can out-athlete the other guy, and he clearly does.
Yeah, and that won the city championship for Fairfax over Chatsworth. 2 heartbreaking losses for Chatsworth, and we just showed them. How about the double pass for St. Bonaventure? They beat St. Augustine 21-20. This was just wonderful stuff. What was it, Walter to Peters to Booker?
Yeah, down 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, and then how about this trick play to get the victory? Outstanding play and play call by Joey Ganecci.
And then, of course, the miracle, the Birmingham Miracle to win the regional game. You ready for this one? You love this play.
Oh man, it's
I'll
so
let
good.
you take it.
Yeah, you're at the 48-yard line and just not knowing what the heck is going on. 6 seconds left on the clock. Are you going to go to the state final or are you not? Okay, let's dial it up and throw it to our best athlete. Oh no, the ball gets deflected and ends up in Devin Jackson's hands. And then I tell you what, if we can let this play out, this call is all time.
Scoot on over the immaculate reception. The immaculate Devin Jackson.
That's pretty good, Randy. That's pretty good.
And of course, they beat Del Norte,
Yep.
and you have to feel bad for the Del Norte
Absolutely.
kids.
You're doing everything. It's just, splitting hairs. You do everything you can to win a game, and one deflection doesn't go your way, and it lands up in the. It's just so many things have to go not your way. It's sports. I mean, it sums it up.
Kingston Tisdale threw the ball, got it down the field, and it somehow ended up in his receiver's hands, and they win the bowl game. That's a great moment for Birmingham. Everything's at Birmingham, including tomorrow night. They got an all-star football game. Chuck Price is putting the game on. LA City Section Gridiron Classic, 7 o'clock tomorrow night.
Hey, all-star games are fun. You got to be careful. You don't want anyone to get injured, but they're exhibitions. They're great for the community. I want to say there's 60 teams represented.
46.
Yeah, 46 teams represented between the two teams. That's awesome. That includes most of the teams in the section. Hey, all-star game, all for it. Hope those kids have fun, but most importantly, I hope they stay safe.
And down the road, that game will be on LA 36. So we'll have it for you. We'll tape it. We'll play it next month. You get to see all those kids play. I want to make Tark happy before we go to our break and say goodnight. Mercy Miller, 68 points. Notre Dame Sherman Oaks, got to get basketball in for Tark. 68 in one game?
Yeah, that's pretty remarkable stat. I believe he was 29 of 44 from the field. He only made one free throw and made one three-pointer and made 9 free throws. The other impressive stat, Lino Mark had 20 assists.
Both school records, right?
0 turnovers.
0? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Matt Sargent, the coach, said that might be a more impressive stat, although it's hard to believe. But yes, 68-point night, of course, very difficult. Only did it in 27 minutes because there's only 32 minutes in a game, so pretty remarkable.
And Noah Williams last night of Sierra Canyon had a 40-point game. So guys can score nowadays. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's not completely yet. Those numbers are staggering, but now, you can even see that the NBA level, the skills and the shot making is now trickling down to the high schools.
Happy holidays. What are you going to do in the holidays?
Man, I'm going to relax. It's downtime. Football's over. Just relax through Christmas, and then the Damien Classic starts December 26th.
But you're going to a game tomorrow, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go to a game tomorrow. But, that's like go to a game here and there, check out some teams. But there's not a lot of, I wouldn't call it pressure, there's just not a lot of weight there. Football, there's weight every week because it's so important. High school basketball games in mid-December, not that important. That's just the truth.
Okay.
So I'm chilling.
Want to thank Owen Long.
Yes.
Very good guest from Serna and his coach, Andy George. We want to thank you for being our viewers throughout the calendar 2023 season. I want to thank Larry Zavala, our producer, because he tells me we're coming back, what, January 18th?
Correct.
We got Gio over here, does a great job.
Intern Jamal.
Jamal's the guy.
Our intern.
He's got better hours. He comes in right before the show, gets the job done, and that's it.
I want his gig.
You may have his job next time. For Tark, I'm Randy. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy holidays.
Yes.
We'll see you on January 18th. And remember, if you're at the football game tomorrow, we're going to be there, right?
All-Star game.
All-Star game.
Is it East versus West?
North-South.
North-South. Give me the North.
I like the South by
North.
7. Come on, it's the South by 7.
North.
Okay.
So the North is like all the valleys. Geographically?
I have no idea.